For section 5.3, I decided to do one of my own videos because I have a way of structuring word problems that hopefully will help you. So let's just call this Amy's method. And it works for word problems that either have dollars or percentages. And I picked one here that has dollars in there. So the idea of what we need for this sort of structure for word problems is that we're going to need always a total equation. And the total equation should be x plus y equals some total that's given to us in the problem. And then the other one is going to either use our dollars or our percents. So the first equation doesn't even use dollars or percents, even though that's what the problem seems to be about. It's just going to be how many did we, in this case, purchase, or how many were there in total. The dollar or percentage equation, I'm going to either take a dollar amount times x plus a dollar amount times y equals some kind of total dollar amount. Or if we have percentages, it'd be a percent times x plus a percent times y. And then the other side is a little tricky in problems with percentages. And I'll make sure we do some of these in class. But the percentage has to be multiplied by the total. And in all of these, the percents need to be written as decimals. Written as decimals. Okay, so that's the structure that I'm going to be looking for when I'm presented with a word problem that has either dollars or percentages in it. So now that we know this structure, let's read through this problem and see how it fits with this. It says a soccer team purchases t-shirts for its 20 soccer players. So I'm seeing 20 seems to be an important number, but it's not money, it's the total number of players. So if the total number of players was 20, that means that x plus y equals 20. Now, I don't know what x and y are yet, but based on this sort of way of organizing word problems, I'm guessing that that's going to be one of my equations. Now we got to figure out what x and y are. So the next sentence says each player can choose either a short sleeve t-shirt for $17.50 or a long sleeve t-shirt for $24. So what I'm going to do is let x equal the number of short sleeve t-shirts. Say short sleeve tees. And let y be the number of long sleeve tees. So then we sort of need to structure this with the money. So they tell us that a short sleeve t-shirt is $17.50. Just sort of start over. So I know one of my equations is x plus y equals 20. The other one I know I'm going to need a $17.50 times the short sleeve plus a 24 times the long sleeve. And then it should be a total amount of money. I won't have to multiply because it's not a percentage. So they tell me the total bill, they give us that total is $428. So let's recap. Sorry, I was off screen there. So x plus y equals 20 was my first equation, the total equation. But then with money, we're going to do $17.50 times x plus $24 times y is that total amount of money. So hopefully that makes sense as the setup. I'm going to go ahead and solve this, but with word problems, it's always the setup that is a little more tedious or troublesome. So hopefully that makes sense. And if not, talk to me during class and we can go through other problems together. But now we do want to solve this. And since we're in the solving through elimination section, I'm going to solve this with elimination. That means I need to either get the x's to match up or the y's to match up. I'm not really feeling this decimal, so I'm going to multiply the first equation times negative 24. So I'm picking 24 because it's the number that's not a decimal, but I'm picking the negative so that way, when I do this multiplication, the y's are just going to cancel. And then 20 times negative 24 would be negative 480. So we do this with elimination so that we get one of the variables to be positive and negative. So that way, when I add these together, I just get 0 y's, right? Positive 24 and negative 24, that just goes away. On the other side, I have 1750 minus 24x. Well, that's going to be negative 6.5x. And you could keep the 0y there or not. We're not going to really use it once it's zeroed out. And then 428 minus 480 is negative 52. So to solve for x, I'm just going to divide both sides by negative 6.5. And that gives me that x equals 8. All right, and that would, you just put that in a calculator. So this is where writing down what our variables mean is really important. So if I go up here, it says x is short sleeve t-shirts. So I know that there are 8 short sleeve t-shirts that were sold. But if we look back up at the problem, it asked about both short sleeve and long sleeve. So I need to plug this in to find y. And I'm going to pick the easier equation, the x plus y equals 20. So I have that 8 plus y equals 20. So by subtracting 8 from both sides, we get y equals 12. And this 12 is 12 long sleeve tees. And if we wanted to double check, we could also plug it into this money equation and make sure that if you multiply here, you get 428.